Hey guys, what's up? It's Fault in Vegas Tips and Tricks here. I'm greeted with two of my guests. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
You wanna go first?
After you.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Visible Wind. If you watched the last podcast, you probably didn't, but if you did, I did one with FNV, and I'm back again. So thanks for having me, FNV.
Mm-hmm.
And my name is The Visible Wind, and that's my YouTube name as well. So yeah, Griffin.
Hey guys, I'm Griffin, also known as Dicky Twisty. I'm on Steam, YouTube. Just look me up. It might show as Mistaken for Bacon, but I just play with him a lot. I also play with Visible Wind a lot. I post videos sometimes playing with him, but yeah, I'm new to this podcasting.
You're not alone, my friend.
Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about the Xbox One and the PS4 and their pros and cons. Each have cons, some more than others. Same with the pros, yeah. So whoever wants to take away on the Xbox One pros, we're gonna elaborate a bit on each one, not bit, but we're gonna go and talk about each point, because there are a lot. Probably take us a while, but go ahead, whoever wants to take it.
I guess I'll take the mantle for the pros. Someone has to. Okay, so Xbox One has gotten just a little bit of, should we say, backlash from the gaming community recently, but there are pros, and we must consider them to stay unbiased as possible. So, let's see. It's faster for when you split your apps, like TV and gaming and Skype. It's a lot more streamlined than the 360. So, I suppose that's a pro. It also has, and you can do that with Kinect as well. There's voice commands you can use to switch your apps. And so there are also much more servers. There are many more servers, and that'll allow for more expensive online games. And so that explains how probably there will be RPGs kind of moved over to consoles, or console exclusive RPGs maybe made in the future. I know Elder Scrolls Online is coming to PS4, so
Yeah.
but that's
Actually,
PS4.
that one.
Yeah, I don't think that's for Xbox, but I could be wrong.
I haven't seen any news about it.
Yeah, but there's also Smart Glass, which lets you control your Xbox with your Windows phone or tablet. It's kind of like how the Wii U does it, where you control what's happening on the screen with your Xbox with an external device. You can rewind and pause and do all that stuff with your movies. You can access your media library, and I suppose that could be convenient.
You know, on the thing about the Windows Phone, I have never seen a person out in public with a Windows Phone.
I've probably seen one Windows Phone in my entire life. There's a kid that sat next to me in my first period class, and I mean, it looked like a nice interface. I personally like Android more.
Yeah. I mean,
But,
so I wonder if they were a crash and burn thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What else is there? There is the low power state, where I think when your Xbox goes into low power mode now, it's much more efficient, and so that means you're saving more money than, relatively speaking, to the Xbox 360.
Uh-huh.
So more efficient power saving. You can download. This is one of the bigger ones. You can actually download games while you play something else. I don't think you can do that now.
No, on
With
the
the 360.
Xbox, on the Xbox 360, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Because I tried downloading State of Decay, playing Fallout 3 at the same time. It did not work.
Especially with PC with Steam.
Yeah.
Also stops downloading whenever you play something.
Yeah. I think Steam you can actually like alt tab and start the download while you're playing, but I could be wrong with that. I'd never actually tried that extensively, but
Neither have I.
Let's see. There are, I mentioned this earlier, Kinect voice commands. Xbox is marketing the Kinect heavily because of its its convenience. If you're eating food or something and you don't want to get your hands all over your controller, you can just say Xbox TV. It goes to your TV.
Yeah.
That's
Or your
just
media.
eating Cheetos.
Yeah. So
That's good.
I guess
That's a good thought.
But I think we'll come back to the Kinect a little bit later.
Ooh.
That's the pro for it.
Ooh.
Okay, so you and 10 family members can access your games, and so it's like you can make this little list where you have 10 of your quote-unquote family members. They haven't really specified what that is. Like, I mean, can you just do 10 random people and say that they're your family? Does it have to be actually family? I'm guessing it's the 10 just random people from your friends list you can have on your family list. And basically what you can do is you can actually put your games in a shared folder, and all of you can access the same games. It's not really clear. A lot of things are unclear, but one of them is that you can't... We don't know if you can play against each other multiplayer on the same game in your shared folder, or if you have to be playing different games.
Wait. I just now thought of this. Like, if it's the same game, and like you save that to the game, would somebody else be able to get into that game and mess up your save?
I think that probably what they'd do is they'd have, like, on your Xbox, if you're on someone's list, you'll have your own save games, and, like, you can access the core gaming files through, like, the shared folder. I think that's how they do it.
Ah, okay.
So it's like you all have the same game disc, but you all have different saves. Now that's just speculation. There's a lot of haze here. Xbox, they're known for not really giving straight answers, Microsoft.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that.
Definitely.
And, but I'm already getting into cons, I guess, oops. You can, this is probably the best one in my opinion. You can access your game library from any Xbox. And
Yeah.
so you can, you probably have to install it on all the Xboxes, but you can play your games on a friend's Xbox, so that's good.
Yeah, because on Xbox 360 doesn't do that. But so what do you mean you have to install it first to play it? Because I thought that was the deal with Xbox 360. Like with Xbox 360, it's downloaded on your hard drive, but it's also on your account. So if you go over to a friend's house, you just sign in and re-download the game over there. And there's actually no way that your friend could steal the game.
I think
they do that.
I think the answer to that is that it's all cloud-based.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you just access your little section of the cloud with your account stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how they circumvent it. It won't be installed locally on their hard drive. The beauty of modern technology, ain't it?
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much all the useful pros I've gleaned. I'm sure there are more, like, here's something else. You can capture the gameplay with the Xbox One. So you know how now with the 360 you have to use a Hauppauge or a Dazzle or whatever, a PVR recorder to record your games if you want to do commentary, well, apparently Xbox now you can just opt for it to record your game for you.
Also, edit.
Yeah. So it's like the theater mode in like Black Ops, Halo, but integrated into the Xbox itself.
Yeah, but those would probably be massive video files because it's. I wonder if it captures in full 1080p. Because if it did, that would put kind of a massive strain on the system. I wonder if it captures at like 60 FPS or 30 FPS. Like what's the program? I think it's. I can't remember the video capture program, but it allows people to capture video at a certain frame rate, but also play at the maximum frame rate they can. So you can capture at 30 FPS, but play at 60 FPS for those people.
So basically, I hope it's not like a fraps for Xbox, because I mean, I guess that's okay, but
it's not convenient though. Because
no, it's not.
A lot of people like playing at 60 FPS. In my opinion, 60 FPS is way better than 30 FPS.
Yeah, and that's a huge file though.
Yeah.
Like I was recording
the editing software. Like, is it going to be like Windows Live Movie Maker?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's Microsoft, so I'm guessing they'd If they could just port that over, they would. I wouldn't put it past them.
I want to stick with my Sony Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing you can export it to a PC, but
Probably need a cable or something.
Yeah, I don't know much more about that one, but
Oh,
okay, that about wraps up the pros for the console that people have been talking about. Now we're going to the cons.
The good part.
The part that's... Yeah, okay. So, to start off this conversation, we have to look back. Now, long ago, the gaming world was a different place. It was a whole different land for gamers, and back then, you bought your console, you bought the cartridge, you inserted the cartridge, and you played the game. If you wanted to sell it, you could. If you wanted to trade it with a friend, if you wanted to give it to GameStop or whatever, if that was even around back then, if you wanted to give it to some retailer to sell, you could do that. At least for the PS2 age, where there was GameStop and they gave you $5 for a $20 game.
Mm-hmm.
But now, well, yeah, and back then, you know, publishers at their little bi-monthly round table of creativity, they would have scoffed at the idea, you know, at the guy who talked about such extreme measures of enforcing piracy.
Yeah, but back then, no one pirated a PS2 game. It was so cheap you could just go to the store and download it, or not download it, but buy it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really an issue then, and so if they talked about extra measures to secure their content, it would have been pointless, and they would have laughed at them. You know, that would drive away potential customers, they would say to themselves. Well, luckily for companies like Microsoft Corporation, that's no longer a concern for them. I think we should have seen it coming. I mean, it's kind of like it never happens overnight.
Yeah,
it's always...
It's like the evolutionary process of a company. Like, they start out all for the user, you know, and then they develop the green shade. They just want the money.
They see visions of dollar signs dancing in their heads, and...
Yeah. And what doesn't make sense to me is when games were cheap, there was, like, no pirating. No one would pirate PS2 games, maybe because it was hard as hell. Or because people
mod it.
Yeah, or people just didn't want to because it was so cheap they'd just go to the corner stop buy it. Now games are expensive. They're really kind of... So, I mean, $60 for a game that you're going to play maybe once and then take it back, get half your money back. And companies wonder why people pirate, because things are so expensive. Yeah, you can just get them for free by clicking a few buttons and you're done, you know?
But they're also putting more effort into making newer games and, you know, boosting up the graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah, I understand that from that point of view, too. But, I mean, there's no common sense in making a game $60. I mean, you can go and get a PS2 for... you can get a PS2... 2 controllers, a good game for $60, even cheaper at a yard sale, for Christ's sake, and then have more fun than you could playing a game that developers maybe took 4 years in, developing.
I've actually seen a game that cost $70, and it wasn't even that good.
That's ridiculous. I mean, we're approaching $100 games, I think, here, because the cost kind of escalated. Because for PS2, if I remember correctly, games were around, like, were they $60 or were they around like $30?
No, I never saw a PS2 game for $60 ever.
I think I was surprised. I remember being surprised when the next gen consoles were coming out and I still played PS2. I'm like, $60, you know, for a game? I'm paying $20 for the PS2 classics.
Yeah, what I would do is I'd go to like GameStop or Game Crazy. I don't know if that's like nationwide or something, but Game Crazy, they would lend out games like $10 for an entire week, and you could have fun the entire week. Just pay $10. That's great.
And you'd know if the game was worth it or not.
Yeah,
you could protect your investment.
Yeah, that was before the ages of DRM and stuff like that.
Yeah, the piracy. I suppose they kind of jumped the gun, I think. They thought that, okay, too much security. Oh, no, you can never have too much security. That's the idea, I think, here.
It just causes so much trouble. Like the
if you
issues
have,
with SimCity 5 when it came out, it was just a mess, absolute mess.
Yeah,
Servers overloaded.
Yeah.
If you have nothing to hide, if you're not doing anything illegal, you shouldn't be worried about DRM, because we're just trying to protect our investment as a company and keep you safer as consumers. And so the idea of you can't have too much security. Yes, you can. That's my statement on the matter. You can have too much security, and there's a point where it gets in your face, and it becomes so much of a nuisance that you just don't want to buy their product anymore.
Yeah, I
That
totally
makes it
agree.
like it's small for a child.
So now that we have that little reminisce session kind of behind us, let's go to the actual Xbox One issues at hand. So the Xbox One's version of DRM, at least I'm not sure. Would you call this DRM? They require you to pretty much check in every 24 hours. You have to be connected to the internet constantly, and every 24 hours it checks. And if you're not connected to the internet, it locks you out. You cannot play even your single-player games. I think that's pretty much the same thing as DRM.
Yeah, I agree on that. I think that's just ridiculous. And
Yeah.
then a guy at Microsoft went as far to say that if you don't, have that, he says, fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called the Xbox 360.
Why didn't I think of that?
God, it's almost to the point where you want to call him arrogant, but he's not really arrogant. They're just kind of, they're pushing their product on you, even though you don't want it at all. And like, even if you don't want it, oh, I want internet connection, or I don't have internet connection, but I just want to play some games. Oh, have our old shitty product. Just don't keep up with it.
The internet. There aren't that many, and so it shouldn't affect you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you had people saying, well, I mean, my internet kind of sucks, and it's kind of, I live I have a lakeside cabin, and sometimes I go there and I bring my Xbox because I get bored, and I won't be able to play my games there because I don't have internet there. And so they're pretty much saying, you know what, for those of you that don't have 30 megabits per second plus internet speeds, the world has left you behind. The gaming world doesn't need you anymore. We don't need your business, and you can just stay behind with all of the other little peasants. and to that, I think all you can say is fuck you.
Yeah,
fuck you.
It's
because
a deserving fuck you.
Fucking asshole.
There's really no other response to that. You don't need my business anymore. I mean, really? Are you just dropping your customers like that? I mean...
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past him, like you said earlier.
I know I'm kind of like at a loss for words now. I'm jumbling. It's just because I'm so exasperated at this notion. It's hard to think of a reasonable, a sensible response to this, because it's not a sensible argument.
Yeah.
So, people have compared this to how Steam does things. And Steam, I'm pretty sure everyone on your channel, FMV, knows what Steam is, but...
Oh, yeah.
It does... The thing with Steam, you have to have it open to play the games that you've bought through it. That's about where the similarities end. I mean, you can sign in once on Steam, and you can choose to save all of your account data locally. So you can just play your games offline. You launch the Steam app offline, it doesn't connect to the internet, and you can play your games.
Yeah.
It does not, however, check every 24 hours to see if your Ethernet cable is plugged in and lock you out of Team Fortress 2, Garry's Mod, and Counter-Strike if you don't have internet. I mean, granted, those games would be kind of boring without internet, but I mean, even, Skyrim, it doesn't lock you out of a game like that, a single-player game, which is perfectly playable without internet connection.
Yeah, you don't need the internet to play it.
With the Xbox One, you will have to be online to play Skyrim.
Which doesn't make any sense at all.
No, wait, if Skyrim... Hold on. If Skyrim even has Xbox One support because there's no backwards
I
compatibility.
forgot about that. Good point.
We forgot about that. Yeah, there's no backwards compatibility. They're focusing on the next gen titles and kind of leaving the 360 behind with all of its games. Some games will be developed for the Xbox One and the 360 and the PS3 and the PS4. Like Watch Dogs comes to mind. That game's going to be for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I think Mirror's Edge will be too. Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge?
That was not going to be about... I don't know if that's going to be for Xbox 360.
Oh, Mirror's Edge 2. Yeah, I heard about that one.
It might.
I heard, like, rumors.
Yeah. I honestly don't think it will, because it might not, but I don't think it will.
Yeah. So yeah, Steam... If you want to go there, Steam can't really be compared to this. Yes, Steam does use a measure of DRM, and no, I don't really like it too much as a principle, but it isn't really that inconvenient to the point where we have to call bullshit on them and say that enough is enough. I think they're kind of treaded upon the borderline pretty successfully.
Yeah, they know where the users stand. Without the users, Steam, along with Microsoft and whatnot, are pretty much nothing. They would turn into like a private business, and then they would die out. But the thing is with Steam, you launch it once when you start your computer up, whenever, and you pretty much it's there in your lower little taskbar, and you don't really pay much attention to it unless you want to use it. It's not there in your face telling you what to do. You control the program doesn't tell you what to do. It's nothing like Xbox One.
Oh yeah, which brings that's a good kind of like little segue into this because, wow, I just completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the one thing Steam doesn't have is a little robot on top of your monitor that you have to connect that watches your every move, that listens to your every word, and that you can't turn off. You can't unplug, rather. Steam doesn't require you to have little Steam eyeball. Xbox One has brought back the Kinect. It is shinier than ever, and it has higher quality. I believe it's more precise than it was before. Before it was so clunky, it wasn't even worth using, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Kind of the swiping and all that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. So the Kinect, you can't actually fully disconnect it. You can't separate the Kinect from your Xbox One ever. It's always there.
Which is actually kind of scary because I don't know whoever thought of this, but I think they're awfully damn stupid because I don't know if anyone or if any of the viewers out there have heard of what the NSA has been up to. Well, I don't remember what the act was called, or it's the NSA and something else. Heard something about the Patriot Act, but haven't paid too much attention to that. But the NSA has used Verizon network for the phones. They've used Verizon to spy on its pretty much everyone that uses Verizon. They've used it to spy on them and their phone calls, everything to do with Verizon. They've spied on. They looked at people's information,
their location when they made the call.
Yeah, all that stuff. NSA has. They can keep track, and it's a lot of people calling it a conspiracy theory, but it makes a lot of sense that they could do that. The same thing with the Kinect, because the Kinect uses face recognition. It can track your heartbeat. If I'm not mistaken,
I don't know. That just sounds creepy.
It can actually track your heartbeat just from looking at your face. It can identify you in a crowded room along with your voice.
Your voice, yeah, your voice. I'm not sure if it can actually has facial recognition, but it can isolate individual voices from a crowd. That sounds an awful lot like equipment the NSA would use.
Yeah, they're like speeding around in their little box van with the little cups pointed at the door.
It sounds like something off of a stupid movie, but
yeah,
the real kicker is that the NSA has been doing this for 12 plus years.
Yeah, they've actually done it. It's not a little conspiracy theory. They've actually spied on U.S. citizens and gotten their information. which is actually pretty creepy. You're right.
I mean, that poor bastard Edward Snowden, he's hiding off in some hole in Hong Kong somewhere.
Yeah.
Last I checked, because he's the one that leaked this information out and made the truth known. So anyway, this is way off topic, but
Yeah.
well, it's sort of off topic. But so yeah, the Kinect, you can pause it to where it will not react to your voice if you're playing a game. So like if you don't want to risk someone shouting in their mic, Xbox off,
Yeah.
and shutting all your Xboxes off. I don't know if that's possible, but or saying something like in chat, that's also a command. You can pause a Kinect. You can turn on the Kinect. It says you can turn off the Kinect, but
there's really not an off mode though, because in
not completely, no.
In various different articles on the internet, again we're going off about 5 to 7 articles off the internet. They're trusted articles, but that's where we're going off. This is the information we have, and we're putting it to use. So there's no real way to turn off the microphone and the video camera on the Kinect. Well, I don't know about the video camera, but the microphone is always going to be pretty much on and listening. You cannot use the console without the Kinect. There's no way to use it. Nothing. You can't play your games. You can't watch Netflix. Nothing without your Kinect. It's pretty much they're pushing Kinect onto people, because last I checked, not a lot of people used or liked the Kinect when they sold it with the Xbox 360. So now it's like they're trying to push it on people because no one really bought it. So it's like they think it's good, but we realize that it's not, and they just want us to have it.
Yeah, I mean, they're making Kinect out to be, or they've been making Kinect out to be the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
They're forcing you to use it, like you said, and so it's kind of like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
It psychologically causes you to forget that it's a complete piece of shit because you have to forget it, or else every day, every time you look at the damn thing, you will have to deal with the fact that you're getting screwed over by Microsoft every second that you own your Xbox One. That's just this commentator's opinion, of course, but
yeah, a good one anyway.
But yeah, it's the thing that bothers me about this one is that why make it always connected? I mean, why? Why can't you just disconnect it and that can be the end of the day? Is it that integral of a component in the console? It can't be. I mean, you can use you don't have to have voice commands, and unless an application will require you to use the Kinect for certain controls because the next generation games will not be able to, I don't know, assign all their little functions to control buttons, and so they'll have to resort to you shouting stuff like an asshole in order to play the game. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. So, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
I think they're sped up because they spent their time working on something that was a piece of shit. So they don't want to lose their money, so they're just forcing it down your throats.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing.
Yeah, and so, I mean, we're talking about video games, and some would say this, it's, why are you even worried about this? It's games, it's stupid, but these are serious issues.
Yeah.
And what they're doing right now is they're really exploiting their consumer base. They're a business, and businesses want to make money. But the way in which they're doing it
is completely
is
wrong.
It's not the way to go.
Yeah.
They're using very unscrupulous tactics here. And they're doing it because Microsoft's target demographic is the lowest common denominator of the gaming community. They're numerous, and they're gullible. And that's really all they have to be. They will buy whatever Microsoft throws at them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is proven with all of the DLCs that Call of Duty has released in the past, 4 years.
Oh yeah, they're just terrible.
All the map packs, and you buy your little season pass to download all the freaking 5 different DLC packs in the first few months of the game's release.
Yeah.
Then you get a replacer.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I never did get mine either.
And
No. Been too busy being myself.
Microsoft has they've recently teamed up with Doritos and Mountain Dew in their advertising campaign, calling it pretty much the next level of ultimate gaming experience. Xbox, Mountain Dew, and Doritos. If it wasn't already obvious that they were using these companies to milk your money out of you, now they're just...
Yeah.
Well, I guess it'd be pretty cool if the Xbox, like, dispensed Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Now that I would be all for 100%.
Yeah.
And yeah, if I had to pay an extra $50 for that, I think I might do it.
Yeah,
But,
just have a cold fridge.
yeah, I mean, if it was had its own little fridge, then we'd be having a different conversation. Or no, we just have one extra bullet point in the pros section, I think. So yeah, the bottom line is that the Xbox One, it does have some cool features. The Kinect is a nice feature. It's a nice little thing if you want to use it, if you're into that sort of thing. But the way that they're moving towards the DRM area of things is a bit disturbing, because how much further will it go?
Like I said before, a lot of people think it's like a conspiracy thing, but it does make a lot of sense. You can't really turn the damn thing off unless you unplug it, and unless you unplug it, you can't use it. So pretty much it's almost never off. It seems like a very convenient way for the NSA or other government agencies to spy on U.S. citizens without their knowledge, which is completely wrong.
Very wrong. Hopefully, Microsoft maintains enough dignity to not do that. But after what happened with Verizon and SA, we don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't take their word for it. That we won't give them information. Yeah, I wouldn't take their word. I wouldn't.
Yeah, and that's why we have, as of this moment, we just have their assurance that we are in control of our own privacy settings.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't really 100% buy it.
Neither do I.
So I think we've pretty much rounded out the whole Xbox comment. Do you have something else to close Griffin? Were you going to say something? Oh, okay, I thought you were about to say something.
I want to buy it, yeah.
So, I think we can now move on to the PS4 pros and cons. So if someone wants to start off that conversation, go ahead.
The moment you guys have been waiting for.
Yep.
Well, to open this up, I guess you can play games and demos while they are downloading. Basically, well, the Xbox can do that.
Yeah,
now.
both of them. Nice new feature.
No, the Xbox. The Xbox just said that you can play games, or you can download and play, or you can download games and play other games at the same time.
I kind of paraphrase that, because I just kind of inferred, because it didn't make sense to me how you could play a game while it was downloading.
Because I'm pretty sure I don't think you can do that on the Xbox One. On Xbox 360,
that's like on live.
Yeah, you can't play a game while anything is downloading, or else the download will stop. The way PS3 is doing it, I guess the game is already kind of downloaded. I guess I don't know about that, but it's maybe the cloud is just insanely fast, and you can just play it while it's downloading. Like maybe it downloads the essential things first. But yeah, that's a good thing. Go on, if you...
That's kind of strange. It's kind of like there's something that was released a couple years ago called OnLive, and it didn't sell very well because it had a lot of lag.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So, what else do we have here?
Pressing a button puts the console into low power mode, and when pressed again, pick up right where you left off.
So it's pretty much like a standby.
Okay, yeah, it's like a hibernate mode on PC, so if you're all about power saving, I suppose, just like the Xbox, you have a nice way to do it.
Also, a share button lets you capture footage and upload it. Again, like Xbox One wants to provide.
Yep.
Ability to stream games to friends. Is that kind of like the 10 family member thing?
Stream games to friends. I'm guessing that would be that. Yeah.
I heard about that. I heard that like if you're having trouble in a game and your friend has the same game, he can go and control your screen. Only if you allow him. Like he can
I did not know that.
Like he can control your character or whatever you're doing in the game, and he can do it for you, and you can just like sit there and watch. It's like an administrator controlling like a student's computer if they're doing like something bad on there. He can like go and control their mouse and all that stuff.
That would be so helpful in Portal 2.
Oh yeah, any Portal game.
Oh yeah, that would open up a whole new realm of options.
Yeah, that's insanely awesome though.
Very interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up is 8 gigabyte GDDRS RAM.
I believe is it 5? GDDR5?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's DDR5.
Okay, that's like a new standard.
Yeah, I messed up.
Yeah. Well, the Xbox, I don't think they said what the Xbox has. At least
I think there was
Xbox has they have.
Oh yeah. Oh, it says 5 gigabytes.
Yeah, it's 8, they both have 8 gigabytes. Or the PS4 has 8 gigabytes of GDDR5. And yeah, the Xbox has it too, 8 gigs of RAM.
Oh, okay.
Alright. But 7 gigabytes available to devs, while 5 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah, that's a lot more than the Xbox One, so it'll allow devs to do a lot more with their games on the PS4, so I'm pretty sure you'd see better, like, a lot more graphical intensive games on the PS4 than you would on the Xbox One. Little potato.
And the Xbox has it's DDR3 RAM for what it's worth, 8 gigabytes.
It's not GDDR5?
Not according to this article on what's this website here? I'm using it.
GDDR5 is a lot more faster than DDR3.
Yeah, and it seems like with hardware, PS4 is kind of
kicking
surpasses.
Xbox One's ass, yeah.
Alright, so I guess I'm kind of excited for this. A new DualShock controller. It's larger, better, apparently. Triggers, analog sticks seem to be improved. Touchpad was added, but people are debating whether this is a Con or Pro.
That's kind of excessive.
I think touchpad's a little too much, but I mean, I think I'm a bigger fan of the Xbox 360's controller. I just like you're holding a controller. The PS3's controller was terrible. Like the little triggers, they slope downward, like inwards towards.
Yeah, I hear now it's convex.
Yeah, so now it'll be like the actual
or concave
actual trigger, which is actually a lot helpful when you're playing shooters. So your finger doesn't slip off and you completely lose your grip, and you're just like grasping the controller in a weird way.
Yeah, they're curved inwards now, so it's more ergonomic. I was reading about that earlier, and it's a nice improvement.
Yeah.
Also, I've been waiting for this one. Cross-play with PlayStation Vita, a handheld portable device by PlayStation and Sony.
So the PS4 and the Vita are on the same network?
Yes.
So they're both on the PSN?
That's interesting.
Yeah, like, say you want to play Call of Duty with your best friend, but you have a PlayStation 4 and he has a PlayStation Vita. No worries, you're in the same game.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cross-platform play has been like a
dream.
A newer thing. Yeah, it's like a newer thing that's been popping up here and there. I'm not sure if Portal 2 could do that.
Well, especially with handheld devices. That's very easy.
I mean, I would have never thought to pair like a Game Boy with a, Wii to...
Yeah.
Game Boy to a GameCube and play the games.
Alright, so it's compatible with PlayStation Move. It's, yet again, I think it's not, required. download games in the background. I think that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what we talked about before. So the Xbox never said about downloading games in the background. So I think PS4's got a one up on them.
The PlayStation 4's GPU is 50% faster than the Xbox's.
Yeah, this one's huge.
That's a lot better.
It's actually a ATI Radeon 7870 drive GPU, and so I mean it's a higher end. It's an individual graphics card that's integrated with the PS4, whereas the Xbox One has its own. It has its own integrated graphics. It's not a separate card. It can't use GPU acceleration, and so that means that the PS4 definitely has the edge because they can use the separate card.
Extra
to render
processing power.
Yeah, they can use it to render hardware render things with the card.
Yeah, and from my experience, APUs, I believe GPUs mixed in with the processor of the CPU. I believe that's called the APU. With my experience with those, they're absolute crap. They can't run any really good games for anything, really.
Yeah.
So the PS4 is kind of like a mini gaming PC almost.
Yeah,
it's like in terms of specs.
Like middle tier, and then Xbox is just down there with his hands in his face, tearing up. And
yeah,
there's PC up at the top. Where
it's not bad, but it's not like you can't compare it to PC. And I guess Xbox it's an improvement from the 360.
Yeah,
but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. In terms of new.
Now, this is a very important bullet that I love with PlayStation 4. No restrictions on used games.
Yeah.
Xbox has
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, Xbox One. What the hell are you doing? You can't borrow games. You can't buy used games. You can't do anything with the used game. Nothing like that. That's completely stupid. That's the most intensive form of DRM I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it's like asking old ladies to pay like their whole life savings to get into a nursing home.
But guys, you're forgetting though that damn it, lost my train of thought again.
Damn.
I don't know. Now I'm forgetting. Anyway, it'll come back to me.
We've been talking forever. So, a mobile app that will be released by Sony will tie into your PlayStation account. I don't know how this is gonna work. Like, gonna add points or whatever. I'm not really fond of this.
Maybe it's like an app that you can go, like the Steam app for like Android and iPhone, where you can go and you can check your friends, message your friends, check the store, your library, all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's like that.
Yeah, the news
With
the used games thing, the publishers are actually the ones that choose. So if the publisher says yes, they can allow vendors to resell them. Will they?
Who knows?
No. They're not. They're probably not going to. From what I've heard, the publishers are the ones that have been most against selling used games, so we're not going to see that. So yeah.
Alright, well,
another thing for sorry for interrupting, but on PS4, every single game that will be released on the PS4 is going to be on the PSN market, so you can download it digital or you can get it a hard copy. But
Nice.
going digital seems like the way to go.
unless you're really wanting a physical copy.
Yeah, I see that point of view too. Like if you want a new game's coming out and you get the premium edition, it comes with a guide or like a book or something like that.
Statue.
Some collectibles. Yeah, then I'd get a physical copy. But other than that, if no special editions coming out, I would go digital.
Okay, well, I'm reading another pro that apparently slipped my mind too. Every game will require a playable demo from the PlayStation Network for free.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a one plus because I love playing demos before games because I judge a book by its cover, and I really want to get into it before purchasing the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, it's like a proof of quality. If they'll show you, they have to actually show you that their game is worth buying. And so I think that'll allow us to have, hopefully, higher quality games for the PS4.
All right, well, I think that sums up the PlayStation 4 pros as far as the internet goes.
Yeah.
Cons, in terms of cons, we've only gotten a few cons for the PS4. That's very surprising considering that its rival had numerous cons that were extremely terrible. There's no backwards compatibility. Jesus Christ, for the PS4. Sony claimed that they were working with a streaming company. So like all the games are on a server somewhere, or maybe a cloud, and you just pay for the game and then you download it. You can play it. A lot like how some old games were on the Xbox Live Marketplace for the Xbox 360, like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, a few Condemned games, and you have to pay to play, or you have to pay for PS Plus to use multiplayer. I'm not sure if this is like the Xbox Live Gold feature, but it only says to use multiplayer, so maybe you can still use Netflix and Hulu, all those like social applications, without having to go out and buy an extra membership like the Xbox. But it says you can still obtain extra benefits and free games when you go and get PS Plus. So there's a benefit to buying it. Not only are you getting multiplayer for games that use multiplayer, but you get benefits and games for free.
The free games thing is pretty nice add-on to it. It's kind of icing on top of the cake.
Oh yeah, so in my opinion, all in all, the PS4 looks like it's going to kick the Xbox One's ass. Microsoft needs they need to figure out what the hell they're gonna do, because honestly, I can tell you, it's like they didn't think this thing through. It's like they just got a half-assed idea and said, hey, let's go with this, it'll be good. And they went through with it, and not a lot of people are happy about it. Of course, there are the Xbox fanboys who are out there saying that, oh, this console's going to be good. We all know that guy. Don't be that guy. You got to look at this stuff before you buy it, or else you're just going to be one of those mindless sheep that buy things that people tell them to buy, which is not a good thing. If you guys want to, you can go over your opinions on the consoles.
Yeah, you can go. I'll gather my thoughts here.
Okay. I seriously loved the PlayStation, everything. Like, the PlayStation 1 was a big part of my childhood, playing Final Fantasy and such. Mm-hmm. Playing PlayStation 2, Call of Duty 3, all those good games.
Yeah.
PlayStation 3, that was the dream system I wanted. I had to use all my birthday money for it. It was expensive. But the PS4, now it's saying that it's cheaper and better than the PlayStation 3. And this is mind-boggling for me. But whenever I go to the Xbox One, it's major fucking letdown on me, because I really enjoyed the Xbox 360, and I enjoyed it fine without the Kinect.
Yeah.
I thought it was perfectly fine without the Kinect, and everything was good. But I seriously don't like how they're being big titty babies and not admitting to their loss about the Kinect. And it's just like I think it'd be better to admit the loss of a failed product than just forcing it down our throats and making it sound incredibly creepy.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. That's incredibly fucking weird to do something like that. I mean, they're a company. They should be for the people. If the people want something, they should do it. If they don't want something, fucking throw it out. Then get rid of it, not throw it down the people's faces. Another thing I'd like to say about Xbox One, PS4. PS4 is $100 cheaper, coming in at, I think, $3.99 or $2.99. Don't quote me on this. If someone could research it up real quick, but I'm pretty sure it's like $2.99, and the Xbox One is like $4.99.
It's $400. So PS4 is $399.
Yeah, PS3 is $4.99, or PS4 is $4.99 or
$399.
$3.99. Sorry.
Yeah.
And the Xbox One is $100 cheaper, or $100 more expensive. Damn, it's late. But the Xbox One, it's $100 more expensive, and a lot more shittier than the PS4, which you get $100 off pretty much. It's a lot cheaper and a lot more better.
Yeah, why pay for something that will just stalk on you and listen to your heartbeat?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I will be really, really surprised if a lot of people really do buy the Xbox One.
The sad thing is, though, the Xbox One, it won't be a failure. It'll be far from a failure. It'll be very successful. A lot of people are going to buy it, and they're going to keep buying more things for the games. They're going to buy the pre-orders. They're going to buy the DLCs.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure this is going to be the most successful console that Microsoft has made so far because of their business plan, their little 10-year plan for it. And I think that the biggest problem that Microsoft has, the biggest mistake that they've made, is that they're not thinking in the long term. They're thinking in the short term. They're going to make a lot of money now, but 50 years into the future, they're not going to be remembered as a respectable, I guess, contributor to the history of gaming.
Yeah.
At least their gaming section. The way I think that Steam and Valve Corporation, I mean, I might sound like a Valve fanboy here, but I think it's true that they have a measure of respect for their consumers, and what they make, they genuinely try to create art, games as art, and they try to approve quality games on Steam. I mean, sure, yeah, Half-Life series, TF2, making TF2 free to play, stuff like that, and they're constantly updating their games that have been released like years ago, like TF2 and Left 4 Dead 2. So the reason that they're doing that is because they don't have the same demographic as the Xbox, as Microsoft does. Their demographic is not the lowest common denominator. I think that for PC gaming, they realize that they're facing more cynical people, if we're being completely honest, that are more quick to call companies on their bullshit, and so Valve is forced to release quality content.
Yeah.
And strictly PC developers, same thing. League of Legends, Blizzard until recently.
Diablo.
Yes. But yeah, I don't like the way the gaming industry is heading, and I really hope that more and more consumers will be able to realize exactly what Microsoft is doing and say, you know what, I'm not going to be a mindless drone buying all their stuff just because they're Microsoft. And so that's...
Yeah, the one thing I don't like about Microsoft is, well, now this is kind of turning into a shit-talking session, but it is what it is. Microsoft pays off developer companies to get access to DLCs not only earlier, but for a lot earlier of a time than other consoles, like the whole Skyrim DLC with PC, Xbox 360, and PS3. Oh my god, it was so insane.
I couldn't believe that Bethesda did that.
Yeah, I know. It's like a bunch of money-grubbing hounds.
They had to make Microsoft feel special somehow, but...
Yeah, but like, it was more than a month. I'm pretty sure it was like a month and a half, almost 2 months before the very last DLC came out. And that was because Microsoft just gave them literally ass tons of money for these early access DLCs, and it's not right. Everyone should get it all at the same time. PS3, even when Xbox 360 and PC had I think it was Dawn Guard. Two DLCs had come out before PS3 had even gotten Dawn Guard, the first DLC. and that was because Microsoft just they flashed the money card. You know, Bethesda was like, "Oh, give me that money, man. I don't know what you're talking about." And they took that money, and everyone kind of got fucked. Besides Xbox 360.
We have to have money.
Yeah. But yeah, that's if anybody has anything else to add,
I have.
go for
This
it.
is a message directly to Microsoft for the Xbox One.
Oh boy.
Microsoft, get your thumb out of your ass and look what you're doing. You're pretty much pulling a Mike Jeffries for the Hollister incident.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're pretty much rejecting people that probably don't have the greatest internet to go down to a older system that was released a long time ago, and they really want to play something different. And you should be honored by that people actually want to play your system, but you're rejecting them.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
That's a really good point, actually.
Yeah, Microsoft, enjoy your success in this industry, because I guarantee that it will not last forever. So I guess that's my soapbox for today. Sorry if, for whatever, anytime I messed up, I'm pretty new to this, and again, thank you so much, FNV, for having me on here.
No problem.
It's a lot of fun doing these.
Yeah. It's always better doing them with people because
Yeah,
you get people's
definitely.
opinions and not just one person, you know?
Yeah. I'll do
Summarize this all up. Fuck you, Xbox One. Hello, PlayStation 4.
Yep.
Neither of them are perfect, but PS4, I think, is probably the better one.
Yes. Alright, well, that's pretty much the podcast.
He's the best. Sorry.
Too long, didn't hear it all. Fuck you, Microsoft. PS4 wins my heart. Thanks for watching. See you guys all later.